My name is Paris Roger. I really wanted to do something that could help mold and shape the future filmmakers of tomorrow, of today, tomorrow, and beyond. Because when they go to somebody and say, look, we got our film on a film festival, that's so great. It gives them that extra courage to keep making films, which is a good thing. I love what I do. This is my life. I couldn't do anything else. I view First Take as doing is preparing and giving that extra level of confidence to filmmakers who are starting out young, that want to continue on to have an actual career in filmmaking, no matter what aspect it is. I'm preparing these people and these students, all races, all ages, all religions, to be able to keep making films. Hi. Oh yeah, about 15 minutes ago. Okay. Hi. Film schools were now starting to grow in numbers back in the early, in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. So then I expanded the festival to include high schools. And there are over 40,000 high schools across North America, and more than 30% or 40% now have some kind of a film program. And that to me is amazing. That's just simply amazing. If one person goes in that direction, it's easier for us to go in the same footsteps as the person in front of us instead of making our own steps. And what I try and encourage for students specifically is don't follow the path of somebody else. You can follow them if they're successful and you want to try to do the same thing they're doing. That's great, I understand that. But try something else. Don't always do that science fiction film because the rest of the class is doing science fiction. Don't always do a romantic comedy because everybody else in the class is doing that. Don't all go do interviews because that's what everybody else is in the class doing it. Think for yourself. And don't ever let anybody, and this is rule number one about filmmaking for anybody, doesn't matter whether you're a student, a novice, or whatever, don't let anybody say you can't do that. It's not possible to do that, because it is, no matter what. Best film, Doom, Javier Master. Yeah! And I had some panels, and we had, instead of having separate panels all over, we had this one big long table. We put our guests on one side of the table, and we put the students on the other, or our guests. And they just free flow of information. It wasn't about, okay, tell me about your history, tell me what you've done, da 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 da. It's like, give me a little spiel, and then let's have everybody talk about it. So not only did that open up discussions, but I found a very unique way of communicating. And that was, it wasn't just our festival guests talking about their history and how they make films and what they're doing in the future and all that, and to give information to the students and to the visitors of the festival. It was also the guests asking the students what they were doing. And it was also the guests asking the guests and the students asking the students. So it was a big round table and everybody was just in an open discussion. And I just let it go. I thought it was going to narrate, okay, you talk and then you talk and then you, and it wasn't like that. Everybody just, and it was like a very natural setting to be in. So year after year, I've always tried to do that kind of an open setting where we've had a couple of producers and a couple of writers and some actors, and we sit down and anybody, it's a free flow of information. So over the years, that's what we've developed. Anybody who has never touched a camera, especially what you have in front of us, or any kind of digital camera, they can open it up. They see play, record, stop, fast forward, all. They open it up, they push a button. They may not know how to focus, they may not know about lighting, they may not know about anything else, but they hit that record button, they're recording something, and then they're taking that and putting it on their phone, or they're putting it on their laptop or their desktop computer, or then they put it on the internet and everybody sees it, and so it's revolutionized that. But it's also a tool that is now revolutionizing how we make films and how we view films.
Right, sure. Okay. I think I would go with.
The main thing that I've had difficulty with First Take is that the student festival I run actually does not qualify for any government, any level of government, whether it's municipality, provincial, or federally. We don't qualify for any kind of funding, because the funding that's out in place right now for a student festival, you either have to fight every other festival out there, not just film festivals, but it could be a poetry festival, it doesn't matter. Now we're getting into funding, which is very difficult. I have spent more than $250,000 of my own resources, and a few odds and ends, lines of credit and stuff like that, to be able to make this festival and keep this festival going. Some people might say, oh, well, you know, it's another film festival, blah, blah, blah. Ah, well, you know, it's not being very successful because it's not making money. Ah, well, you know, not getting funding, or, ah, well, you know, this or da-da-da. To me, First Take is successful because I'm realizing that I'm not following the rest of the crowd. I'm not doing exactly what I'm told to do. I'm not following the normal rules of what any normal film festival would be doing, because I'm doing it my way. And I'm trying, what is my way? Oh, geez. My way is trying to, as an artist, as a film artist or a filmmaker, my way is to be as creative as possible. I love being creative. I just won't say no. I keep the festival going year after year, knowing that it is making a difference. Even if it just makes a difference for one person, or it makes a difference for 100 people, it doesn't matter to me. It's making a difference, and that's what I feel it's doing. That's why I'll always keep it going as long as I possibly can.